恵まれたビジネスマンとしてしなきゃいけない社会的な責任というか、ノブレス・オブリージという言葉がありますけれども、やはりそういったことに非常に目覚めて、これからの10年20年、30年をそういう活動にぜひ、集中してやっていこうという、そういう感じでいるんですよね。It's called Virgin. Very, very simple. I can change the world, and it's selling very well. Do you have another plan to write another new book, or have you published some other books?
At some stage, I'd love to do a sort of a bigger version of the first book. We've done a simple book, which is just coming out in March, called "Screw It, Let's Do It," which is a book really giving advice to younger people on my sort of business philosophy and how to treat people and how to run a business. Maybe slightly less autobiographical than the first book, so maybe we'll get that book published in Japanese at some stage as well.
Oh, okay. Could you send me a copy and I'll take a look at it?
I would obviously be delighted if you could consider translating it.
Of course, it'll be my pleasure.
Great.
Yes. I have been lecturing on your business philosophy, like nothing ventured, nothing gained, and life is short, and we can all change the world. Or I enjoy taking on big boys. That's kind of your.
I think that I think the if you actually boil down the business philosophy, I think it's just one word is what matters, and that's people. I think if you treat people well, if you are good at motivating people, if you realise that how important your staff are, if you lavish praise on them, if you don't criticise them. If you draw out the best in people, then you'll have a happy, successful business. If you do the reverse, which a lot of businesses do, and that is, if the chairman just doesn't have time for his own people, or she just doesn't have time for her own people, and she sort of sits up in the ivory tower and doesn't get out and about and meet your people, then I think you cause resentment, and people are sort of working for a machine rather than a real company, and so people. That's the key, I think.
Sounds like a good old traditional Japanese family-like business.
Yes, I mean I don't. Some people think it seems exceptional, but it shouldn't be exceptional. I think it should be the norm. I mean, in this day and age, I think chairmen of companies with mobile phones they can put in their back pocket, they can spend a lot of time getting out, being with the people who are, people are the company. The company is not the building around the office. The company is the people, and chairman's role should be spending time with the people, even parting with the people, having a notebook, listening to the people, acting on what the people think is needed to make the company an even better place.
Right.
So I think that's what's made Virgin strong.
I think so. I keep meeting your Virgin staff not only in London but also in America, in Australia, and in Japan. And the common denominator, common characteristics of Virgin staff is, for example, they are very cheerful, very helpful, intelligent, a lot of fun to be with. Are they the criteria when you try to employ them, or they just happen to be like that?
Obviously, we look for people who are good with people. I mean, we look for people who are not just thinking about themselves, but are thinking about other people. We look for people who, care as much about the lady who's cleaning the floors and the switchboard operators as about their fellow directors. And And therefore, I think if you can surround yourself with caring people, then that ricochets across the whole company.
That's good.
お知らせの後はバージンの経営理念に迫ります。2001年 E バンク銀行が誕生。そして今130万口座を誇るインターネット銀行に成長しました。
E バンク銀行はインターネットによる決済ビジネスに特化したユニークな銀行です。パソコンや携帯電話を利用していつでもどこからでも送金が可能です。私たちの重要な目的の一つが社会貢献です。災害、貧困、病気に苦しむ人たちのお役に立てるように、私たちはイギリスのバージングループと提携しました。
I'm very happy and proud to be doing a lot of charity work with eBank, which I think can save millions of lives all over the world.
Virgin Unite's the independent charitable arm of the Virgin Group, and we're very, very excited to be working with eBank in Japan to raise funds and awareness for some of the toughest challenges facing the world today.
私たちは E バンク銀行です。
リチャードはこのように非常にフランクで、素晴らしいパーソナリティなんですよね。ですからね、世界中のマスコミの人たちから非常に好意的に扱われるんですよね。ほとんどスキャンダルがない非常に珍しい人なんですけど、そのあたりは、どういう具合でそうなってるのか聞いてみましょうね。
Well, I think it is important that in life that you run your company in an ethical manner, and that that you don't do things where you're trying to take a shortcut to get somewhere, and therefore damage your company's reputation enormously by doing so. So although we have fun and we maybe we're willing to let our hair down and party and maybe take risks with balloons and boats and the like. I think we do run our companies ethically and properly, and therefore we get a good press. We also, I think, we are very open with the press. If we don't try to avoid the press. If the press want to talk to us, we talk to them. We treat the press as human beings as well, and we appreciate that the press have a job to do. And so I think if you're open with the press and you find time for the press, they will appreciate it and respect you for that.
Okay, thank you very much, Richard, for your time.
Great.
And if you would like to say a few words for our Japanese viewers to close up this interview?
Well, just say thank you for your time. I'm sorry I don't speak Japanese, but hopefully I've helped you a little bit in learning some English. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
ここで VIP オンステージからプレゼントのお知らせです。番組をご覧の皆様の中から抽選でリチャード・ブランソン著植山周一郎役バージン僕は世界を変えていくを5名様に、さらにバージンアトランティック航空より成田・ロンドン往復ペアチケットをプレゼントさせていただきます。ご応募はこの後ブランソン氏がお伝えするキーワードをご確認の上、ご覧の日経 CNBC ホームページからご応募ください。お待ちしています。冒険と挑戦、その情熱がバージンを世界有数の企業に成長させてきた。そして今、人生というエンターテインメントを世界中の人々と共有しようとチャリティー事業に挑戦を始めたリチャード・ブランソン。彼の宇宙船から見る地球はどこまでも青くどこまでも平和で幸せな風景が広がっているに違いない。
The secret part is that the first three letters are VIP.